horse!
Hey! Hey, fool!
Okay. I assume you're talking to me. What?
What is this? What is this horse?
You know what that is. That's Stridor. And you already knew it, so I'm assuming there's a different reason you're actually asking that.
You're damn right there's a reason I'm asking. This thing has been marked down to $10 across the entire nation for, ever. You could get it on Amazon. You could get it in random store. It's marked down. It's on clearance. They can't give these damn things away.
So then what? What, did I waste my money? What? What are you saying exactly?
No, I'm saying where is Night Stalker? Who gives a crap about Stridor? Who gives a crap about He-Man's horse?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that because, there's a ton of Stridor out there. In fact, there's so many that they can't even get rid of them. And, we're already seeing the customs and everything from other collectors where they've just decided to make their own. And it even came with different armor pieces, too, which kind of gives the intention that maybe the idea is that this horse was supposed to be both Nightmare and Stridor, but, that doesn't really work because the color scheme is certainly not. It's not. It's just not.
You know, for a line that has absolutely no problem with reuse, you would think it would be a simple thing to simply repaint this stupid horse and make Night Stalker. Night Stalker! Not He-Man's horse! Skeletor's horse! Skeletor's horse!
So if you saw the earlier video, I got Stridor. And I got him for $10. And that's awesome because horse. Let's see it. Okay, so Stridor. Yeah? I mean, the box is cool. Look, I do this all the time. I go over this all the time and I go, oh my god, the box. But it is, man. One of the coolest things about this line is the artwork. I'm telling you, beyond the shadow of a doubt, the artwork is a fundamental selling point of the entire friggin' line. I can't stress it enough. It's so good. This one being exactly the same thing. The top artwork is absolutely fantastic. The back artwork is absolutely fantastic. Now on the front, we had a couple of things to point out. One, there was Sunman up here, so we knew that Sunman was coming. Screech is sitting on the box down here, and we have that weird thing that Skeletor flies with the little surrounding, rotator thing. I actually don't know what that's called. And then on the back here, we knew that we were going to get Zor at some point. Castle Grayskull is fantastic. It always is fantastic. And then, for what it's worth, the other part is Stridor. Now, Stridor comes with the armor pieces to make Night Stalker, which is weird. Says replace with second helmet. But, I don't ever remember this horse being depicted with that helmet. And maybe it's a Mandela effect, but wouldn't this helmet make sense for Night Stalker? Where's Night Stalker? I do think it's weird. I know we already did the introduction joke and everything, but why haven't we got that yet? These things are on sale. They're on clearance in retail stores for $10 and less. I got mine for $10 at a convention, never opened. And I've also seen them on Amazon going as low as $16 and $10 new. And it blows my mind. They can't give these away. And yet, like, they refuse to do the repaint. Maybe it's because Stridor just didn't go over well. Maybe nobody bought Stridor. Is that what's going on? Was he just a hardcore? Because here's the thing. I don't know if he was a peg warmer because nobody bought him, or if he was a peg warmer because they overproduced him, or if he was a peg warmer because the lines were screwed up and the way he was delivered. I don't know. Like, I have no clue, and I can't determine it one way or another right now. So, like, I don't know. Well, here's one thing I know. I'm going to cut this top piece off because it's magnificent, and I'm going to keep it. And we're going to open this. Let's do that. All right. Stridor. There he is. Majestic Stridor. He is kind of cool. He's a robot horse. That's kind of cool. I'll be honest with you. I saw this many times. And many times I said to myself, that would be cool. Maybe. And then many times I also said to myself, but... And then I moved on and I bought other figures because he was like expensive. Then his price came down and I still said, well, maybe. And then his price came down further and I said, well, you know, maybe. And his price came down even further and I still continued to go, well, maybe. And that gives you an idea of what it was like to finally see this guy at a con, know that he was down extraordinarily in price, and go for it. Like, yeah. And now, I have him. And he is cool. He moves pretty well, I guess, for what it's worth. He's got a joint here. He moves this way. That's fine. So the back legs and everything like that, the back legs seem strangely solid. They don't, like, oh, I see. It's got, like, those hard snaps in the way that it moves. The tail, it doesn't really move. I mean, it does. His butt cannon turns. Pew, 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 butt cannon. He's got a gun here. Get in there, gun. No? Okay. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe it's this way, the guns? Yeah. Okay. I was doing it the wrong way. There is guns. It's got pew pew guns. Oh, okay. That. Nay. Nay. That's him without his deal. That's him with one of his armors. That's him with the other armor. The other armor is freaking cool. Like, that's awesome. That's the one that I would go for if I decided to do one at all. He's got reins. You open that up, you clamp it down. There's something for your guys to hold on to. And then, for what it's worth, it clicks into the stand. His feet go down so that he can kind of neigh. We put one foot higher than the other like this. And man, his mouth, those reins do not like to hold in his mouth for some reason. Get it? Bite down on the reins. There. And we put the reins back like this, and I'll put somebody on him. And there he is. And he's $10 now. That's not bad. At $10, it's not bad. But unless you're a fan, I don't know about this. And I don't know why the other one doesn't exist. And that's actually a problem. Like, we got Battle Cat and we got Panther. Fantastic. So if we got Stridor, why did we not get the other one to finish it off? Where is Night Stalker, right? Like, I really don't understand. I want to understand, but I don't understand why we wouldn't have him yet. I would like to put the king in this. So I would like to get the king. Now that I have it, put the king right here. So he's going to be without a figure for right now. But for argument purposes, and this is a bigger figure because he's from the new cartoon line, but that's He-Man standing next to him. That's a big horse, and that's awesome. I'm actually really happy with that. He needs to be a big horse, right? Because it makes sense. He's a frackin' horse. Fantastic. So I don't hate that idea at all. Prefer that armor. So now the only question, who to put on him. And I think on a personal level, it's going to be the king. I'm going to get King Randor. I think that he is the one that I would put with this horse. Even though he's more associated with Fisto, I want King Randor on the horse. And then will come the other question of, do I buy another one of these because they're so cheap right now and attempt to customize it myself? I don't know. I have very little experience with that. And I wouldn't want to mess it up. Stridor. It is cool for what it's worth. But, as I said, when it first came out, it may have been a little overpriced. And that could have been what kept people away from it. Then you could argue that maybe it's not overpriced. Maybe everybody's broke right now. That's actually possible too, if we're going to be completely honest. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, had this come out, I wouldn't have batted an eye. And there's a chance that that's true. Realistically, I was making less money and making more money 5, 6 years ago. I was. On a personal level, I was. I know for a fact right now that after I run my budget and everything, and I come up with maybe like $80 if I'm lucky, that's my money at the end of the week, at the end of a paycheck, you know, that makes it difficult, and we start picking and choosing what exactly it is that we are going to invest in. And when horse costs $40, nope, horse can stay on the shelf. And maybe that's what happened to him. Maybe he came out at just the wrong time when we were all starting to feel the bite, and he didn't get bought. And now he's moved into clearance, and it's almost like I said, why was he on the racks for so long? Is he bad? Does he suck? Not necessarily. He is kind of cool. I don't hate him, that's for sure. I do wish I could get the other version of him alongside of it, because then I would create a battle simulation. And I like that he came with something that plugged directly into Castle Grayskull, which that's going to have to be another video as well, because we're going to have to dig out Castle Grayskull and do like a completed thing, because I have the rocks that came with Battle Cat. I have the Wind Raider. Oh my, I'm having trouble getting the Wind Raider back up there. I have the fence, I have Castle Grayskull, and I have Point Dread. That's the entirety of Castle Grayskull put together, except for the very expensive, over $100 at this point, extra little things like the Spirit of Grayskull, the tentacle monster thing or whatever that comes out of the dungeon, and the spacesuit. Yeah. Because of that, because of those 3 things, I don't technically have a completed Origins Castle Grayskull, but I'm real close, and maybe if I could find the deal and convince myself, I would buy those 3 parts that I'm missing. But that is a very tall ask. I've seen those go for like $160. I've seen them priced at $200. I've seen them as low as $100. All of those are big asks for a spacesuit, a tentacle that doesn't move, and a ghost spirit effect that also doesn't move. You're asking some tall asks. That's a lot of money. And I realize it's rare. That's one of those items that came out. It was available. If you didn't get it, you're not getting it. I have never seen a reproduction or anything of those. You didn't get it, you're not getting it, is what I'm saying. So I get that some things are this way. I'm not complaining about it. I'm simply saying I don't have it all. And I don't know if there's going to come a time when I just brazenly go, oh man, I need a ghost. Especially with all the other things. Like, you could spend $160, or you could get, like, the entire X-Men 97 line. The entire No Way Home line. Those are just 2 lines currently that are running in Marvel that I'm like, I think I want that entire thing. And when you want entire lines, which doesn't happen with me too often, I'm pretty much a cherry picker. But then, Masterverse. There's still figures in Masterverse I've never picked up that honestly I want. I still want certain figures in Masterverse that I skipped on because I only have so much money when I have money, and I got the ones that absolutely caught my attention. But that doesn't mean that I don't want things like Merman. I do. It's tough. It's tough to pick and choose what you're going to get, when you're going to get it, how you're going to get it. And that makes little things like the Spirit of Grayskull very hard to justify, even if you have the opportunity to get it. But, as simple as the video is, we have now added Stridor to the shelf. And I don't have much else to say about him, except for he's cool. And, horse!
I have spoken. Take what you will from it.